Hello, 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 beautiful people. Welcome back to Good Morning with me, Misti B. It is Foodie Friday, so foodies, where are you? I hope that you are tuning into this show because you know by now that your girl loves to absolutely taste and try different dishes. And today I have an experience for you all. It's more than a taste test. That's right, I have Mark Anthony Hawkins right here in the studio. And let me tell you a little bit about Mark. He is the executive Culinary Architect. Okay, so think about that. Culinary Architect. Ooh, in my mind, it sounds like he builds these amazing creations. Ooh, I can't wait to see. But Mark is the co-owner of Mark Anthony Private Culinary Services. So that's right, if you're looking for a fine dining experience and you want to do it in your home, Mark does just that. However, today he's going to have that fine dining experience right here in the studio. So guys, stay tuned as I dig into Foodie Friday right after this break. See you then.
Real estate can be a very complicated process. Finding one, how much can you afford? Financing, closing costs, mortgage, putting it on the market, considering offers, inspection, negotiations, submitting offers, schools, down payment, title insurance, home warranty, taxes, review net sheets. These are the pieces of the puzzle of home ownership. I'm the person who helps put it together and the glue that keeps it together. Give me a call.
My prenatal promise is to make sure my baby is safe and healthy because I know it is possible to acquire syphilis, HIV, or other STDs without knowing it. Getting tested is my very first chance to protect my baby. Doctors are required to give expectant mothers 3 separate tests for syphilis. If you're pregnant, ask your doctor if you're being tested properly for syphilis and other STDs. Congenital syphilis can lead to a miscarriage, stillbirth, or an infant death. Don't risk your baby's health. To find out more, visit myprenatalpromise.com.
Dr. Doe here again with a Late Health Presents, and I'd like to give you our Wellness Wednesdays tip of the week. Did you know that not only do the treatments for an enlarged prostate, but some of the medications for an enlarged prostate can cause the same symptoms that you're looking to avoid, namely sexual dysfunction. If you'd like to learn more, you can always check out our website, and you can always catch us here on Monday nights at 5 p.m.
I'm Jonathan Cox with the Cox Frater Law Firm. For years, we have represented people who have been hurt or injured all over the country, but Houston is home. We fight for those who have been hurt or injured, however it may happen. So if you've been injured in a car accident, big truck accident, or even while at work, call our injury hotline at 1-800-HURT-NOW or log in to BigCityAccidents.com and let us fight for you.
BigCityAccidents.com. We fight for your right to get back your life.
Welcome back, everyone. It is Foodie Friday, and you know your girl absolutely loves to eat. Today in the studio with me, I have, let me make sure I get this right, Executive Culinary Architect, Mr. Mark Anthony Hawkins. He is co-owner of Mark Anthony Private Culinary Services. Mark, come on over.
How you doing?
I'm great. You know, you have this studio, so I say everything smells like a blessing,
Yes.
but I only say that when I'm eating. This smells like a blessing.
Well, thank
okay,
you very much.
what do you have for us here today? Or for me, because I'm not sharing.
For you,
Yes.
So what we have, I prepared for you is a bacon wrap quail breast, and it is made with a little bit of fresh jalapeno chili.
Wait, a bacon wrap. You said quail?
Quail breast.
All right, come on, duck.
Kept
Okay.
The skin is on, so it's going to keep that juiciness and flavor and
Okay.
not dry the meat out. And then the bacon is wrapped with the bacon and jalapeno, and then a bourbon molasses sauce.
That's creative. How did you come up with that?
I don't know, just playing around. I get inspiration from other chefs sometimes.
Okay.
And there was this guy from Halliburton, and he was making this. He goes, "Yeah, I call it a a bacon wrapped brochette, and so I just added my own little bourbon sauce.
I love the create. So that's why you're an architect.
I'm
I love
building.
that. All right, I'm gonna dive in, okay?
Definitely.
Let's see.
Tell
Let's
me
see what
what
we're
you
working
think.
with. It looks amazing.
I hope you're there.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Ooh, nice. Cuts very easily. I'm trying not to stuff my mouth, but let's see. Let's
There you
go. Oh my goodness. Yes, honey.
It works,
The
it works.
flavors hit my mouth, like my palate. Seriously, my taste buds before I even got a chance to chew. And you smoked it, didn't you?
I did not actually, but I use applewood smoked bacon. So that flavor just goes through.
Oh, honey, let me get some of this basil.
Get some.
That was delicious. Okay, now let's talk about your background really quickly. So, when did your journey in the kitchen start?
So, started years ago. My family always cooked, family reunions. I'm an only child. All my cousins were older. So I was always there with the grown-ups. Later on, went to Texas A&M, studied engineering. Did not like it.
Didn't like it?
Didn't like it.
So you went from being an engineer to a chef.
I mean, I did internships. I worked with Amico before they came BP Amico. And I was like, I'm going to stick with this restaurant thing. Because I always, bartended, bar managed. And then that just kind of evolved into working for restaurants, country clubs. And
So how old were you when this was happening?
so I started, I was 17, 18 in college.
Oh, wow. So you started really young.
Really young.
Okay.
Now, as far as the business, that's fast forward. That didn't come until about 2002.
2002? Okay, so you've been in business for almost 20 years.
Yes.
How has business been?
Business has been good.
Okay.
The pandemic made us pivot.
All right, we're going to talk about that in a second. So back to this really quickly. So you're 17, 18 years old.
Right.
You're in undergrad.
Yes.
And you're like, I'm engineering.
Correct.
That's a good salary.
It is. Funny enough, one of my good friends who asked me for advice said I'm going to take this job. She is now vice president of global operations for BP Amico. So she took her path and she's doing great.
Okay, but that wasn't your path.
No.
Okay, so what was your favorite dish as a kid? Like, what did you love to make? When did you say, you know what, I can do this?
I like breakfast.
You like breakfast? Because you can't mess up breakfast. Wait a minute, I gotta put this down now. You cannot mess up breakfast.
That was my thing. I'm an only child, so I'm like, I have breakfast. I can handle breakfast.
Okay, and so that's where you started.
That's where I started.
All right, now you have this. I would like to guess and gauge what it is.
Okay.
But I absolutely cannot. Can you tell me what I'm looking at?
So it's a zuppa toscana soup.
Say that louder for me.
Zuppa toscana.
So it's Italian.
It's Italian.
Okay.
So traditionally it's made with Italian sausage and bacon and cheese, but one of my clients has MS. There's
Okay.
certain things she has to avoid.
Okay.
And those things are gluten and dairy.
Okay.
So, and pork.
Okay.
So in this one there's no pork, so I took ground chicken, mixed it with herbs of Provence, and basically made my own little chicken sausage.
Okay.
And then it has
Made
the
your own chicken sausage.
basically.
Okay.
And then the potatoes and then a kale base. And, instead of cream, I use like oat milk.
Okay. So when I taste this, and I'm about to taste it, let me get my soup spoon.
should
What
not-
should I expect?
You should expect a lot of flavor.
A lot of flavor?
Because it doesn't sound like it should be, but you should.
Okay.
You should.
Let's see. All righty. I'm going to give it a shot. Get a little sample. What all you want me to get a scoop of? I see some greens in here. Is that collards or mustards?
Kale.
Kale? Oh, it's kale.
A little
Okay.
chicken, a little kale.
Okay. Is it what kind of broth? Chicken broth?
It is.
Okay. And it's about to be fall. Well, it is fall technically. Oh, that's good.
Of course, if you added some bacon to that and some Parmesan cheese.
Oh, this is good without the bacon and the Parmesan cheese. I can imagine that it's even better. How did you come up with this dish? I mean, it sounds like something that's a tradition in Italy, or
It was basically one of those dishes that one of my clients asked me to make. And so I took a founder recipe, and then I had to deconstruct it and just come up with that one.
so your client specifically asked for this. You had never created this before.
No.
Wow. Okay, so you specialize in fine catering. Why fine catering? I like the term. So tell me why. What makes it fine?
It's for people who basically want the restaurant experience in their home.
Okay. So you
So-
take private dining to their homes.
Correct.
Okay. What
So
type
it's
of events are they booking you for?
They're looking for anniversaries. The last one I did, one of my clients became the president of the Texas Society of Anesthesiologists. So they had a virtual event, so they wanted her to, come, so she wanted to invite her friends. So
Okay.
it's like a
so
reception.
very nice. Okay.
So
And that's your forte, the fine dining,
That's-
private home.
that's what I like.
And you do tablescapes too, right?
I've started doing tablescapes.
Let's talk about that because let's first hold on. Let's define. I'm gonna put this down for a second.
Oh.
Let's define a tablescape. What is that? Because that's a part of the fine dining catering, right?
Right. So
Okay.
basically, and I got this idea from one of my clients, but basically it's just a combination of different florals. Usually I'm using hydrangeas and white roses, and then candles, lots of candles, but
Okay.
different levels. So you have your floating candles, but with different levels of water. So
Okay.
it's kind of mixing it up. You have tapers, you have little dinner candles. So it's just a mixture of
So it's
everything.
it sounds very elegant and very, very nice.
Yeah, it kind of sets the mood. It's just not, here's a dinner plate and here's a setting, but it's like, makes it kind of like.
I love that. So how did you get into food pairings? You paired this, and what was the sauce? A bourbon?
Bourbon molasses.
Bourbon and molasses. Like, how did you create that? What was the thought process? I'm always interested in what you chefs come up with. You're like, you see something that someone else has done, and you're like, I'm gonna do that, but I'm gonna change this.
That's
like,
basically what
what did
we
you
do.
see? What happened?
So I tasted something one time at an event, and it was quail, but they had some kind of molasses with it. So I was like, oh, that's good, but it was too sweet.
Too sweet. Okay, so you needed the bourbon.
So I was like, bourbon will cut that, but I still needed to be syrupy to drizzle. And so that's kind of.
So you're thinking this as you're eating their food. Wow, that's how you guys work.
Pretty much.
I love that. I love how the brain works for everybody in their different industries. Okay, and so then going into the presentation of it all, was it easy? Was it natural for you to get into tablescapes? Because food is one thing.
Yeah, it's the camera doesn't lie. So when you look through your lens, you're like, oh no, that's not right. Or that
Okay, wait.
doesn't
So
look
you do
good.
the tablescapes, take pictures, and then say, okay, I love that. Look at you.
That's it's like that's what everybody's gonna see. Nope, that doesn't look good.
Okay.
And then you just keep kind of tweaking it.
Okay, and you specialize in doing, your favorite thing to do is courses, right?
Correct.
Okay, so walk us through that. What does that look like when you're doing it for a client at their home?
It's rewarding. Basically, I try to prep before I go over, so I don't want to just be in their kitchen for 5 hours.
Okay.
Cooking and dirtying up. So I'll prep a lot of stuff and then I'll finish it at their home, and then that's where I get to plate and
Okay.
everything.
So what are we usually walking out with? What's the first serving for you usually?
Usually it's about 4 or 5 courses. The first thing is I usually try doing a amuse-bouche or something just to get them started. Like this may be one, and then there's either a soup or a salad course. And instead of just having a main plate, I like to do like a fish course and then a beef or a lamb course.
Okay.
The fish will have like the vegetable with it, and then the beef course will have like a potato or starch, and then I'll do a dessert after
All
that.
right, you're all right with me. Look, I'm gonna try not to take another bite. What is it that you absolutely love about doing it at the client's homes versus doing a large scale wedding?
It's intimate. People get to kind of interact with you. They're coming in, they're asking you questions like, oh, what are you doing? Or they're even taking pictures like, oh, looks really nice. So it gives a chance to interact, and you actually get a lot more repeat business like that, because people are like, I want to do this at my house.
Noted that. Okay, we have to take a really quick break, Mark. So guys, Mark also brought me some lamb chops. I get to try the third course. I'll see you guys right after this or right after the break.
Real estate can be a very complicated process. Finding one, how much can you afford? Financing, closing costs, mortgage, putting it on the market, considering offers, inspection, negotiations, submitting offers, schools, down payment, title insurance, home warranty, taxes, review net sheets. These are the pieces of the puzzle of home ownership. I'm the person who helps put it together and the glue that keeps it together. Give me a call.
My prenatal promise is to make sure my baby is safe and healthy, because I know it is possible to acquire syphilis, HIV, or other STDs without knowing it. Getting tested is my very first chance to protect my baby. Doctors are required to give expectant mothers 3 separate tests for syphilis. If you're pregnant, ask your doctor if you're being tested properly for syphilis and other STDs. Congenital syphilis can lead to a miscarriage, stillbirth, or an infant death. Don't risk your baby's health. To find out more, visit myprenatapromise.com.
Experience the pinnacle of performance at Big Star Cadillac, formerly Ron Carter Cadillac. Drive the new 2021 Cadillac XT5 Luxury Collection for only $449 a month, or the new 2022 XT6 Luxury Collection for $549 a month, all for 39 months lease with just $1 down. At Houston's only Cadillac to your door dealer, Big Star Cadillac, Gulf Freeway, just 2 minutes south of the Beltway.
Smarter when you shop at Big Star. Shop BigStarCadillac.com.
I'm Jonathan Cox with the Cox Friday Law Firm. For years, we have represented people who have been hurt or injured all over the country, but Houston is home. We fight for those who have been hurt or injured, however it may happen. So if you've been injured in a car accident, big truck accident, or even while at work, call our injury hotline at 1-800-HURT-NOW or log in to BigCityAccidents.com and let us fight for you.
BigCityAccidents.com. We fight for your right to get back your life.
Welcome back, everyone. Look at this beautiful presentation that I made for you all. I'm lying. It's all lies. Okay, Mark, the presentation, let's just start there before I even touch it because it's so pretty. You almost don't want to eat it. What are we looking at? Lamb chops.
We're looking at smoked lamb chops.
Smoked lamb chops, okay.
We have a melange of potatoes. So we have red, russet, and Yukon Gold.
All right, say that a little louder for me. I want to make sure I got that.
So we have red potatoes, russet potatoes, and Yukon Gold potatoes.
Okay.
And then those are boiled down with fresh garlic in the water so it can infuse into the potato.
Okay.
And then it's finished off with truffle oil and oat milk to kind of give it that creaminess and some butter.
You had me at truffle. Okay. And then over here we have asparagus. We have, I see red bell pepper. I see squash.
You see squash?
Okay. How did you get that combination? That's very interesting.
So I had another chef years ago. She used to do these green bean bundles.
Okay. So this is
So I was like, when I was like, oh, those are nice. And I go, but I want to do another level. So I would take that and add asparagus, and I say, now I need some color. And it just evolved into this.
And that's why it's wrapped up. It's a bundle. I've never heard of
I call it the vegetable bouquet.
The vegetable bouquet. I love it. Okay, wait. I got to dive into this. All right, Mark. I don't want to.
You could just cut.
Can you cut into that for me?
Sure.
I don't want to.
So you want to cut the vegetables?
I wanted the meat, but I'll start with.
You know what?
It's a sign. I'll start with the vegetables.
We're gonna cut that.
Okay.
We're gonna remove our little topper.
Okay. See if I did this, Wow. This looks it looks amazing. All right, looks good.
Gotta get some of this sauce in there, and then I'll explain the sauce.
Okay, you're gonna explain the sauce. All right, got some. Thank you so much for cutting that.
You're welcome.
Oh, you gave me a little potato. Come on, that's a blessing. No, we love to eat. All right, here we go. What is the sauce?
So the sauce. So, most people like lamb with mint jelly.
Which I do too.
I don't.
Okay.
So what I did was I liquefied the mint jelly, add Cabernet wine, and then mix it with demi-glace.
Wow.
So
What's the last glass?
It's a demi-glace.
A demi-glace,
so
okay.
A beef stock. So basically, I come up with a Cabernet mint demi-glace.
Wow, that is good. Enjoy it. Okay, wait. So I went to a restaurant, not to call anybody out.
Okay.
Had some lamb chops, and you could taste vinegar.
Right.
What is that about? Are you supposed to cook or soak lamb chops in vinegar?
Now, I don't, but people do it because they're trying to remove the gaminess from that. But I don't necessarily do that. So only thing I do is season it with kosher salt, black pepper, olive oil, fresh rosemary, fresh garlic.
They need to take a chapter out of your book, because literally I bit into it and I was like, all I taste is vinegar, because vinegar is very powerful. Let's be clear.
Vinegar is very powerful.
All right, let me get into these potatoes. So before I even bite in here, I have to ask you. You gave me 3 potatoes. Potatoes have a different taste, Mark?
They have different texture.
Okay, they have a different texture. So break that down for me.
So like a russet potato, that's your usual mashed potato. That's gonna be like the creamy one.
Okay.
You see the whipped potatoes. Red and like Yukon Gold, they're
more firm. I know that for sure.
They're firmer, and even when you try to mash, they're almost become a little gluier.
Really?
If that's a term.
So when you put all 3 together, what do we get?
I call it just a potato mash.
A potato mash. All right. I'm gonna be the judge, huh? Okay.
You have to tell me what's going on.
Honey, if you don't have that wedding ring on your finger. Mama, I met him. No, I'm joking. Wow. I've never done that before.
Yeah.
And what am I tasting? So I know you said you boil it down and you said garlic. What did you tell me?
Fresh garlic is in the water as it's boiling. So instead of a hard boil, I actually put the top on and turn it down to simmer, and I let it simmer for like 40 minutes.
You let potatoes cook for 40 minutes?
But just simmering until so that that garlic can infuse in.
That is, it's a significant difference than putting garlic powder on top.
Right.
I taste the difference.
Because it's the grain sometimes, and it doesn't always mix in. So
Can I steal that recipe?
You can.
Okay, now we're gonna go to these vegetables.
The vegetables.
Love me a good asparagus. And see, the thing about it is they can't see it on camera, but the sauce is all over the plate. And I'm a saucy girl, so this is perfect for me.
You're finding that sauce.
Okay, you did not grill this asparagus.
Didn't grill them. So those were just blanched in like vegetable broth and rosé wine.
Let's break down blanch for those of us like myself who don't know.
Okay, so with asparagus, it cooks really quick. So with blanching, you want to get your water, boiling or almost boiling, and then you want to drop it in there, literally for a minute, and take it out, put it in the ice bath so the asparagus they can stop cooking.
1 minute.
1 minute. That's it.
Wow.
And you shock them so they stop cooking. So these were 1 minute, just in some vegetable broth and rosé wine and salt.
That's it.
That's it.
Okay, let's talk about all this. Is this one of your signature dishes?
This is one of my signature dishes because most people don't like lamb. They're scared of it.
Are they really?
They shy away from it. They're like, no, I don't.
Why is that? Why do you think they're afraid of lamb?
I think it's a combination, even though Bambi was a deer, but I think it's a combination of just this small animal. And they hear about the gaminess and they're like, I don't know about that.
Okay, I have to tell you, so speaking of the gaminess, unfortunately I have had the pleasure of being in Alaska and trying some moose meat. You talk about gamey?
Ooh.
Whoa, I almost died. So saying that to say.
They should smoke the moose meat.
We didn't have time. You're in a competition. You know how chefs do. But I will say, you don't use vinegar in it. I don't taste any gaminess at all.
No.
So what is it that took away from the gaminess?
So the garlic is basically drawing out the gaminess, and I let it marinate for like 24 hours in the fridge. And then it's smoked over pecan wood. And I think the combination just takes all the gaminess away.
That's it.
That's it.
Okay, so let's talk about some of your other signature dishes. This is one. So I want to hire you. I have a birthday party coming up, Mark, and I want some of this fine dining at my home. What are some of my options?
So what I tell every client, I said, I like to get a little bit more, know a little bit more about you.
Okay.
So that I can
let's play it. Can we role play?
We can role play.
Okay, so come on. You want to get to know more about me so you can fix my favorite food?
So you said you want your foods, you want 3 course. I'm like, okay, so what are your allergies?
None.
Okay.
Greedy.
I go, where are you from? Where were you raised?
I was raised in Dallas.
In Dallas. That's Houston and Dallas, we're opposite.
We're completely opposite.
I go, then I'll say, well, what are some of your favorite foods to eat? Like if you went to a restaurant and it was your birthday, what would you order?
Okay. I absolutely love smoked salmon. I love Chilean sea bass. Anything like that. I'm not a steak eater.
Okay.
So anything with some type of fish, you can't miss me. What else you got?
So I would say Chilean sea bass.
Oh,
and I would top it with a crawfish and shrimp hollandaise sauce.
Okay. You gonna make the hollandaise sauce? You're not gonna give me no store bought.
I'm gonna make it.
Okay.
You can't even buy it in the store.
You can't buy hollandaise sauce?
Oh, yeah, they do
yes,
have the powder,
can.
but that's not real.
Okay. All right.
And then I would pair it with I would have some wild rice pilaf or something. No?
I want those potatoes.
Want those potatoes.
I'm a potato girl. I want potatoes with my rice. With my fish. So, would you give me that option?
I would.
Okay, I want those exact potatoes.
You are the client.
Okay. All right. What are we going to do for a starter course? Like, how would you determine that?
I would probably do, how many you want? Like, if you just wanted one course, I'd say we could do a jumbo lump crab cake with homemade remoulade sauce. We could do old-fashioned salmon croquette, except this time the salmon's not out the can.
Yes, I've had that too.
It's actually
That's really good because we grew up with the salmon croquette in the can.
Yeah,
so when you get the real thing,
but I still use the crackers.
You still use the crackers.
It's kind of iconic.
I love the experience. I love all this, and you create all these amazing flavors for this. Like all of your dishes, you do it based on the client's palate.
Based on the client's palate.
I love that. And culinary school at all, or did you just?
No culinary school.
No culinary school.
But I did go to the Art Institute, and I took my little portfolio, and I'm talking to the lady, and she goes, okay. She got up, she closed the door, she goes, you're already doing what most of the students want to do. So I said, oh, she goes, you don't need this.
So she saved you about $100,000. And that was it. So kitchen growing up, restaurant bar experience,
country clubs. I got kind of one of my mentors told me, he said, you want to go and have experience in high volume, like a hotel, which I did. He said, you want to go under a noted chef, and you want to do something in like fast food. You want to get all of the aspects.
You did it, honey.
So
we have to wrap up now. Give me some. You did that. All right. Thank you so much, Mark, for coming on the show. And thank you for blessing my belly, honey. This is great. All right, guys. I'm going to be right back right after this break.
Real estate can be a very complicated process. Finding one, how much can you afford? Financing, closing costs, mortgage, putting it on the market, considering offers, inspection, negotiations, submitting offers, schools, down payment, title insurance, home warranty, taxes, review net sheets. These are the pieces of the puzzle of home ownership. I'm the person who helps put it together and the glue that keeps it together. Give me a call.
My prenatal promise is to make sure my baby is safe and healthy because I know it is possible to acquire syphilis, HIV, or other STDs without knowing it. Getting tested is my very first chance to protect my baby. Doctors are required to give expectant mothers 3 separate tests for syphilis. If you're pregnant, ask your doctor if you're being tested properly for syphilis and other STDs. Congenital syphilis can lead to a miscarriage, stillbirth, or an infant death. Don't risk your baby's health. To find out more, visit myprenatalpromise.com.
Experience the pinnacle of performance at Big Star Cadillac, formerly Ron Carter Cadillac. Drive the new 2021 Cadillac XT5 Luxury Collection for only $449 a month, or the new 2022 XT6 Luxury Collection for $549 a month, all for 39 months lease with just $1 down. At Houston's only Cadillac to your door dealer, Big Star Cadillac, Gulf Freeway, just 2 minutes south of the Beltway.
Smarter when you shop at Big Star. Shop BigStarCadillac.com.
I'm Jonathan Cox with the Cox Radio Law Firm. For years, we have represented people who have been hurt or injured all over the country, but Houston is home. We fight for those who have been hurt or injured, however it may happen. So if you've been injured in a car accident, big truck accident, or even while at work, call our injury hotline at 1-800-HURT-NOW or log in to BigCityAccidents.com and let us fight for you.
BigCityAccidents.com. We fight for your right to get back your life.
Welcome back, everyone. Listen, Mark's food was wow, and my taste buds do not lie. So you guys make sure that you check him out. So listen really quickly, something that really excited me about Mark was he brings the fine dining experience into your home. And so thinking about all these amazing things that he creates. So I have to ask you, what are you creating in your home? And let's go a little bit above, beyond food. What are you really creating in your home experience, in your home life? When you get to your house, is your house your castle? Do you have peace? Is it calm? Is it quiet? If not, let's create what we want. And let's literally do it in every single aspect of our lives. Like, I'm a firm believer that I am my own universe and you are your own universe. So whatever you're creating is what you're experiencing in your universe. So be sure that you create exactly what you want to. As always, you guys can chat with us on Facebook and on Instagram at American Star TV. I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.